Hi, I'm Jason, and this is Level Up Hobbies, where I build, paint, and play tabletop games. Now today I'm digging back into the Indomitus box set. I'm going to be converting the Indomitus Captain into a Dark Angels Company Master. I actually filmed this video way back in September, so it was one of the very first videos that I filmed, and the camera angles are a little off, and the sound might be a little off, but I wanted you guys to enjoy the experience that I had making this guy. So let's go ahead, let's start converting. Enjoy.
So today we are going to be building and painting the Primaris Captain from the Indomitus box set. This model looks awesome on the sprue. I mean, even not even put together, I'm like very, very impressed by it. So I'm excited to get this guy cut out and then cleaned up and then get him put together, and we'll see how he looks in my Dark Angels army. I've been toying with creating an Unforgiven army, so I've got quite a few Dark Angels already. So I think I'm going to start adding units of just successor chapters, just to break it up a little bit, so it's not so monotonous. So I don't know, this might be a candidate for that. If not this captain, I actually have 3 of the captains in Gravis armor from the 8th edition box set, and one of those is definitely going in, if not to into a successor chapter. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this clipped out, clean this guy together. Along with doing the custom base, probably I am going to do a little bit of kit bashing on this guy, just to bring him more into the Dark Angels side. Alright, so it just pops together like that. That's very good looking. Nice stance he's got. I'm also not going to use a head on this yet. I do like these heads, but again, a Dark Angels Captain is not a Dark Angels Captain without the the winged helmet. So I'm looking through my bits to see what I could find, and I don't know. The Dark Angels upgrade sprue has this one, but I don't like the side turned wings. I don't know, I've just never really liked those. I like the ones that sweep backwards, like this one here from the Dark Vengeance set. So what I think I'm going to do is take this guy apart and get that helmet out, and I'm going to use that with him, and I think that is going to look pretty awesome. And I'm also going to remove this hand and sword and replace it with this Dark Angels one. It'll change the positioning of the sword a little bit, have it more out, but that's okay. If I want to, I can actually cut back that wrist a little bit and slide it farther in there and reposition. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. Okay. So let's go ahead and start getting the torso, everything together, and then we'll move on from there. Get my glue. Still using this Tamiya extra thin cement. I've got the Tamiya regular cement too, but it's really thick, and I think this dries a little faster for the model. Dries on the model a little faster. Make sure I'm in camera here. And I don't have to worry about putting the head on since I am going to be mounting one after. Missed a little bit of sprue here. Clean up. Alright. That is easy enough there. No head. I'm going to go ahead and do the shield here. This like relic shield is awesome. The human remains on there. And actually it's probably, it looks, I was kind of sizing it up to Primaris and it's a little small, so it's probably like an Astartes, a regular Space Marine. Yeah, that looks nice. That's a really awesome shield. Now I'm not going to mount this on him yet, because I mean he's going to be standing there and holding that in front of him. I'm going to leave this off for painting, but I will put the arm on and get everything ready with that. So, all right. So this just slides right on. Let me go ahead and get some glue in here. Seriously, a lot of these parts fit so snugly that if you didn't want to glue it, you probably didn't have to. How is that? There we go. All right. So for the Dark Angel's symbol here, I am either going to have to freehand or use some decals. I'm not really fond of using the decals on the shoulders just because, I don't know, for me, they don't seem to ever fit right. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. I don't know. And then this will just sit like that. That is nice. Alright, so let's get to cutting these things up. Let's make this guy a Dark Angel. Oh, that sword goes nothing. So I'm gonna have to cut it right at the wrist, but not go all the way through because I want to keep that part of that armor there. So I'm gonna do this. Probably just use my clippers and take it off little by little. So start there. All right. It's actually not a bad clip, I don't think. All right, that sword is off. I have to clean that up after I get the hand off. I'm actually going to cut this pommel off here, just so I can try to salvage that, maybe use it on something else some other time. I don't know. We'll see. This hand's done though. It's gonna have to come out. I feel really bad doing this because it's the first time I've built this guy, so I don't know. Okay, so let's get this cleaned up. Just very lightly get rid of the rest of that guard. Yeah, you got a mold line there too. Alright, so that looks fine. Now I need to get the rest of this hand and wrist out of there. So how do I want to do that? This is, I'm going to kind of mark where this goes. There's that. So maybe I'll work like reverse in here. Just slowly carve out where that wrist was. Okay, it's working. So this will be the first Dark Angels Primaris Captain that I have built. I've actually got the kit for Lazarus, but I just haven't had a chance to get to it yet. Alright, so that looks good. I got all this cut out. Got the, I still have, you can see the little overhang of the armor to where it comes out over the hand a little bit. So I was able to keep that. And then what I'll probably do to get the hand to sit in here a little better is just take some, probably take a couple drill bits and just drill into it a little bit so I can drill out and have that circular area for the hand to sit in. And then whenever I mount it, I'll pin it, and then I'll use some green stuff in with the pin to hold it, and then reshape the body glove, you know, wrist things, whatever you call them. Alright, so let's get this cleaned up. Might not need to reshape any of the wrists since it's all right there. Alright, that works even better. Yeah, this is actually my first Primaris kit bash too, really. Because I mean, I've got quite a few Primaris. I got a couple, two Dark Imperium boxes, and then separately I picked up some of the Hellblasters from the Dark Imperium box and some of the Intercessors from the Dark Imperium box. But I just put those together, just threw them together. I didn't do any type of customization with them, like I'm wanting to do with this. But yeah, I'm gonna have to dig that out a little bit, or his wrist is gonna be turned in a little bit. All right. drill bits. Usually I have these mounted in my little pin vise, but I don't feel like switching out the drill bits just for this, so oh well, it'll work. And so for these, like for the small drill bits, I've just got these little Dremel drill bits that I use, and then I've picked up miscellaneous ones, you know, that I use after, you know, because obviously I've broke these. I took one of them and I've got a, what do you call it, a Forge World Mecha Dread, and it's got one of its weapons, like it has a drill that's kind of built into its arm, and that was just a little piece of resin and real flimsy, so I cut that out, chopped it off, and then used one of my drill bits, and just, so it's actually got an actual drill bit in there, so it's actually nice and sturdy, just looks a lot better too. Alright, so that might be good there. And yeah, if I just put a little dab of green stuff in there, that's gonna be fine. Oh, that's great. That's a good fit. And now before I mount it in there, I'm gonna actually glue the arm to this so I know exactly where I want that sword, how that positioning of that hand. Alright, looks good. Get my glue. Okay, and that just rotates down. Nice. Ooh, gotta be careful, almost broke that little vial off there. Until it kind of got bent a little bit, so I could cut that off and put a little hanging Dark Angels emblem, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm wondering about this backpack, power pack here. I know the Primaris packs are different, but let me see. I think it actually is a little bit bigger, so that probably wouldn't look right. That's alright. It'll be fine. I think for painting, I'm going to leave the power pack off. That way I don't have to get up underneath there. This is looking really, really good. Stick him on there. We'll just see what's going on. All right. Awesome. Okay, so now I'm going to finish up with this hand. Grab my pin vise. I want this, since it's naturally it's going to be a weak connection since it wasn't molded like that. I'm going to pin it, and I just use paper clip. Easy way to get a good pin. Obviously, I can't use my plastic glue. I can use a little bit of super glue. I like this Loctite gel control super glue. It doesn't run anywhere. It's pretty solid. And it dries fairly quickly. Off that extra glue there. Okay. All right, let me get this clipped off here. I don't need too much, just enough to hold it in there. So he's going to be kind of holding that out, which is alright with me. Take all this extra stuff off so I don't mess it up. And this is just going to... Yeah, so this sword's going to be sticking more out than it was. Let me see, I might reposition this. That's going to look good. I don't think I want it going up. I like how it's kind of pointing out, and I can turn it in a little bit. That's going to look really good. Turn it out a little bit. Yeah. I think that will look really, really nice where it is. Tilt it out. It's coming, I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I don't like it straight. It's too straightforward, I think, right there. Kind of seems like if it's turned out, it's more like he's like waiting for the enemy to come to him. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. Alright, so I'm going to need to get a little bit of green stuff. I need to drill that just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that positioning there. A little bit. It's a little tiny dab of it. Take some of this out. Not gonna need that much. Okay. Cut off where it's squeezed out. And that's just all the excess. I'll let that dry a little bit and maybe I can use my little sculpting tools to clean it up a little bit. Might not need to. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so now just gotta leave that sword alone and not mess with it, let that cure. I think that looks pretty good. I think that positioning turned out well. It's got the Wrath of Caliban blade on there. Alright, next is the head. So like I said, I'm going to use this Dark Angel's Captain's head. I don't remember his name. I think it was 5th Company. Whatever it was. I play 3rd Company. I don't know about these 5th Company yahoos. So I guess for this I'm just gonna start clipping this apart and get the head out there. Doesn't look like it's glued together very much anyway. Okay. So that's gone. I'm not worried about this mini because I've already got one. It was a Balthazar. That's who it was. But I got this from a buddy and I don't need it, so. Let me get that sword out of the way. Vibrating the whole table here. Hey! Came right out. Nice. Actually just cut right through the neck post that held it in there. So let's clean this up a little bit and see what it looks like in there. I might use some of this green stuff and just drop some in there. Yeah, I think a little thing of green stuff in there will be fine. That's gonna look great. Kind of raise the head up a little bit. And I think that'll be set. I think I'm actually going to put a I don't know. Let me see. I might also put a pin in this just so it can't roll on me. Once I get it on there in the green stuff while it's curing. I don't want it to start to tilt or anything on its own. Okay. Done with those. All right. I've actually got a little burr right here that I gotta get off. And I know this doesn't have like the new Primaris Mark 10 helmet, but I don't care. Okay, so we are mounting the head. Got that cleaned up. Clipped down the little pin that I put in there so it would fit a little easier. And have him staring off this way. And put a little bit of green stuff in there to hold it in place. Yeah, he's gonna look pretty damn good. Let me put his shield on so I can get positioning of that. Yeah, that green stuff, that'll hold that up just a little bit And that'll look good. Okay. Don't want too much green stuff, but I want enough that it's gonna keep it where it needs to be. I don't want it to, someone to look in there and it just to be, yeah, that's too much. It's still super sticky, so. It's actually not bad. Turn it a little bit more. Now that looks much more like a Dark Angels commander. Well, master, if you will. Yeah, that looks cool. I'm really liking that. Helmet turned out good. Maybe if I can get this thing, this little piece mounted right there. I don't know. We'll see. That might just be too much. But really, can you have too much? Cool. Turn that sword a little bit more. Okay. Alright, I need to... What do I need to do? I need to kind of shape that green stuff in there. So I got my sculpting tools. I just don't want that to look like a blob under his neck. Actually, it's not bad. I think I'm just going to let it be. And then once it's painted, that should take care of any imperfections. That'll be a lot darker, it'll be more hidden. It won't be so prominent. Tap that on there. Now the helmet does kind of hide that really cool iron halo, but that's okay. It's still there, and I think it just adds so much to the helmet and the sword. I think it adds so much to this model, at least for my army. You know, I mean, it really ties him into the Dark Angel army. I like it. Okay. I think I'm gonna call this build done. No, not yet. We gotta work on this. I don't know. Do I want to go with the little Dark Angels little emblem there? Because there's already wings. I'm not sure I want wings on top of the wings. So I think I'll go ahead and I will use the original shield that came with it. If I can find it somewhere in this mess I call a workbench. Oh, there it is. Balthazar's headless corpse was sitting on it. Damn you, Balthazar. Damn yous. So I wonder if I should... Yeah, I'll go ahead and put that on. Yeah, I think that'll look better than the winged Dark Angels one. Just because it doesn't conflict with the other chest wings that are already there. Alright, so let me go ahead and glue that on. And he will be done. Be ready for paint. Well, basing and then painting. I was just thinking I probably should have left that off so I could paint the chest eagles, but too late now. I keep moving this sword, it's never going to dry on there. And it's got a little while for it to set up, so I think we're okay. Alright. So we're going to call that build done. I'm not going to glue the shield hand or the power pack on yet. I'll keep them separate for painting. And then I'll just glue them on, afterwards. But right there, Dark Angels Company Master. Or an Indomitus, Primaris Captain, if you will. It's Company Master. Alright, so let's move on to painting. Alright. Okay, so I've been doing some thinking. It's the next day. So all my green stuff has had time to cure. The sword hand is solid. The head is on there solid. Not really worrying about that too much. But I'm not happy with this pauldron. This one here, I don't want to use a decal for the Dark Angels logo. And I don't know, I could freehand it, but I'm not going to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this pauldron, this sculpted one, and I'm going to replace it with one of these Dark Angels Primaris upgrade sprue pauldrons. These three are designated for the I can't even remember what armor it is. Yeah. These three are designated for the Gravis armor. I know he's not in Gravis armor, but the size comparison, it's really not that much different, and it looks better. It's got a little bit more, flourish for it, for a chapter master than the standard line Primaris emblems do. So what I'm going to do first is take him off the stand and remove all of the excess stuff that, like the shield, I have not glued that on yet. I'll wait for painting. Take him off this little stand, hopefully without breaking his little peg off in there. If I do, it doesn't really matter, I can just drill it out. Okay. Alright, and now I'm going to actually cut this arm off again. Well, not again, I haven't done it before, but going to cut the arm off so that I can remove the pauldron without damaging any of the stuff I've already done. So I'm going to just get as close as I can to the torso and use this X-Acto blade and slowly cut through that connection. And I can see it's opening up a little bit. Alright, I think it's pretty much done. Alright, there's a little bit of glue on the back there. Might have to file that a little bit. But other than that, it's good. Alright, excuse me. Now I need to remove all of this. So for that, I'm going to be using my Dremel. Excuse me. Alright, after a lot of dust, go through and clean this up. Just get all these little sharp edges off. And I hope I don't break that piece off, it looks nice. It's a nice little detail. Take the knife and just take the rest of this off. Actually get this clipped out so I can fit it. I can do the one that has the scroll on it. Okay, that actually fits right over the top of it. I just need to do some cleaning up along this area. So can't see that, but otherwise that looks awesome. Awesome. All right, let's go. Let's do this. By little on this, because I'm working with such a small piece. I don't want it to slip and cut my damn hand off. Which I've had my share of damage from X-Acto blades. It's not fun, that's for sure. Something this small, it's really hard to get a grip on it, get a good angle at it. So I just shave little bits off. And then I'll take some more green stuff. Alright, and then that's going to sit on there. That will look good. I'm going to go ahead and glue the arm on so I can get it positioned, and then I will get the pauldron glued on there. Wish I had something else I needed to do with green stuff right now. I hate wasting it. It's not like it's like super expensive, but it's like I've got it. I wish I just had something else I needed to make with it. I used to, every time I'd mold something or, sculpt something with green stuff, if I had a little bit left over, I had these little penny nails that I would take a blob of green stuff and slap it on the head and make little mushrooms with it. And then I would just have a little cup of, mushrooms that I could just clip off, make however tall I wanted whenever I needed one. I haven't done that in a while though. Just kind of stopped doing it. It was nice because especially for fantasy armies. Not so much for 40K, but really anything else. Alright. Let's smash in there, and I just noticed as I was squeezing that on there that I did not trim the sprue little gates off the pauldron, so I will have to do that once this sets up. Once that arm is on there, good. Just gonna let everything just sit and solidify. So let me see. I don't know, what do you guys think? Think he is representative of the Dark Angels chapter now? I like it. It's nice. Cool. I'll have to trim these little bits off. But yeah, that's nothing. That'll be simple enough. That's what happens when you get in a hurry and not paying attention to what you're doing. Oh, actually, you know what? I need to make sure the backpack, this little power pack, will fit with that on there. Otherwise I might have to move. Okay, yeah, that'll fit. That will fit just fine. So there he is together. Yeah, I keep moving out of the focus, I'm sorry. The power pack on, his iron halo. It's nice. And I almost cannibalized my power pack from Chapter Master Lazarus, because it's got a cool Dark Angels thing up here underneath the Iron Halo. But I figured I had done enough with the pauldron and the head and the sword that I could call it quits on there, and that's a good Chapter Master. Alright, so now we are going to, once that's all dried, everything's solid, we will begin basing and painting. Alright, let that dry. I'll be back.
Thanks for joining me today on Level Up Hobbies as I converted this Indomitus Captain into a Dark Angels Company Master. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you can be notified whenever I publish new videos. Thanks again, and remember, build, paint, and play tabletop games. Later.